just want to talk a little bit about what I'm just reminiscing with Jesus, and we're just talking about what it was like when I first started seeking him, and just how sad it is that more people aren't following him. You can watch my other videos and read my Facebook wall, and for the last 8 years or however long, 8 or 9 years, and just to learn about my growth, if you so desire. But I just wanted to talk a little bit about this because it was just on my heart. And I've noticed how, like, in 2008, 9, and 10, it was like this time when Jesus was really pouring out his spirit, and that's when me and a lot of his other sheep, like, there's not a lot of sheep, but his other sheep really started seeking him. And from my own personal point of view, like, what happened in my story was I didn't have anybody, to guide me and teach me about Jesus. I just had Jesus, and I remember just seeking him for myself, falling on my face, repenting before him. I got baptized by his spirit. He came to live within me. He showed up in my room in spirit, and I saw so much for the first time, and I had understanding of so much within like a matter of seconds. God just poured so much knowledge into my spirit, and it's just amazing because during that time I wasn't even on the internet. Like, I had a Facebook, but I wasn't active very much, and I wasn't even talking about Jesus around this time. And Jesus really walked me through some things that I was dealing with at the time. Hi, Fro. This is Frodo. Which was alcoholism. I was overcoming addictions like drugs, and Jesus was taking me out of destructive, like, friendships. And he, during that time, so I wasn't even online. Like, I wasn't watching YouTube videos or anything like that. I was just spending time with Jesus. I was spending time with my family, and I was really just drawn near to his heart. And I was going through really, really, really hard trials and hard tests. And I went through those hard trials and tests, and I really got rooted in Jesus. I became born again, and he really started to work in my life. He took things out of my life at that time, like friends that were just not real friends. They were bad influences to me, so I had to pass tests to obey Jesus and lose friendships. And then I had relatives and family separate from me at that time, and Jesus was just testing my heart, and I passed so many tests, and he rewarded me with so much understanding and strength and love, and just more of his heart, and just understanding of the issues of life and of the heart in general, like why people do what they do, and just the meaning of life. I grew in all of this because I went to God directly for myself, and I would talk to him every day, as I still do, and I would just beg him for truth. I would beg him to give me understanding of my purpose in this life. And I would weep over sins of other people. Obviously, I wept over my own sins. I repented of sin. I sincerely repented and gave him my entire life. And it's just amazing because during that time, Jesus was like showing me, like, that he wanted me to start to share these things, these lessons and valuable things that had power to save people. Things that I had overcome, to help people, and I just naturally wanted to. So he gave me a base, which was like, he told me to get on YouTube first before I even got on Facebook, because at that time I was using MySpace for selfish reasons. Before I was born again, I was using it for like modeling and acting and other vain, stupid things. So I wasn't even like really on social media. Just he called me on YouTube first, and I didn't even know anybody else, that was drawing near to him. Like, it was just my husband and me. And I didn't know anybody else. Everybody else was failing the tests that he was pouring out in that time, and I was passing them. So, what I mean by that, like, people that I had once fellowshiped with remained in the church system when God called me out, and I got, to really understand what persecution was, and, from that, and then when he called me out of holidays, my family and I, and, just so many things, like, people separated themselves from my family and I because they accused us of having devils and just thought that we were, like, going off the deep end, that we were going crazy just because God is among us, and because, I became born again and sought him with all my heart. And so Jesus called me on YouTube, and then I really started to sincerely minister to people and counsel them however he led me. Like, he would send people to me and stuff, and I would, beg him, like, please, God, like, send me to your real sheep, because these people don't even know you. Like, none of these people, like, there were times when he would get me, he would just have me pour out his counsel to help people, but these same people wouldn't even seek Jesus diligently. Like, they may apply some of the counsel for a time, and then I wouldn't hear back from them, and they would just kind of, like, fizzle out. So, like, that just kept happening. I'm like, where are your people? Like, they're not in the church system, they're obviously not on YouTube or social media. Like, everybody was claiming Jesus at that time, but nobody I saw was seeking him. And then, thank God, he answered my prayer, and I met my sister in Christ, Tracy, and that was, we met in 2000, I think it was 2010, I want to say 2010, but it may have been early 2011, I'm not sure. But anyways, I had been online for maybe a year, on YouTube for about a year, before I met her, and then I was on Facebook for about, not very long, maybe 4 months, and when we added each other, so, like, it just, during that time, Jesus showed me that all those people, that were, like, rising up at that time, who were claiming him, like, there wouldn't be hardly anybody left. He told me that I would have to see people fall away, and I have. And he told me that I would remain out of all those people, and obviously, like, Tracy remained too. And he told me, like, it was just a supernatural knowing that she was rooted in Jesus just like I was, and that she was born again just like me. And, like, it's so amazing because, I didn't have anybody teaching me about Jesus, and it's like, it's just amazing. It's a miracle. When a heart meets God, it really is, and it's just really sad to witness right now how there's not many people still who are seeking him, like some of these same people that I've been witnessing who just go in and out. Like, I don't know how to explain it. They'll seek God for a time, and then I won't hear from them for a long time, and then they'll come back, and they just keep going in and out. It's really weird. But, like, some of these people I've witnessed since 2010, and it's just sad to see how many people have fallen away. And then he's just shown me that a lot of these people, he's blinded them more because, they walked with him for a short time, but then they walked away. And it's just really sad to see how so few are passing God's test, and that's really the main point that I'm making this video, is because I just know that if someone's seeking Jesus, that in the beginning of their walk with him, they'll be going through so many hard tests, you guys, and if a person sincerely gets rooted in him, then they will pass the same hard test that I did. And so it's, like, really sad because I've been witnessing, people, like, knowing what they're called to do, but they're not doing it. And so, many are called, but few are chosen, and I'm just learning so much in my walk with God. And I've learned so much, and I have so much yet to learn. It's it's crazy because I know that if people really wanted God, they would just do what I did, and they just went to him. They would just be going to him directly, like I did. I mean, if somebody wants Jesus, they're gonna get to know him on their own, for themselves, directly, for themselves, and they'll go through all the hard tests, like a lot of the same tests that all his sheep go through. And they would be passing these same tests, and they would be speaking the same oracles of God that I'm speaking, but it's really sad that most people give up, before they even really get to the hard tests. Like, they give up. Most people just, it's like they'll put their toe in the water. That's kind of how I see it in spirit, to test the waters. To see, like, do I really want to seek God, And then once a little bit of a test or trial comes their way, they fall away, or a little bit of persecution comes, or if someone disagrees with them, or if they offend somebody, then they're like, oh, I didn't mean to offend you, and they're worried more about offending people than they are about God, and it's just crazy. It's just sad, and yeah, it's like, I know that if people really want Jesus, they'll go get him. They'll just go get him. So I just know that if you really want God, you'll go get him, and you'll pass all the same tests that his people pass, and you'll endure all the things that his people endure, and you'll overcome the wicked flesh, with his help daily. If you're his true sheep, you will sincerely be learning in so many lessons through wisdom, and so many lessons through trials, and you'll be just growing in the knowledge of God, and you'll naturally want to pour out like I am. And it's just really sad, you guys, that there's not people doing that. Jesus has just shown me that, like, if you run across my videos, if you cross paths with me at all, it's a miracle. It's a miracle because I'm a real sheep of God. I'm a real messenger. I'm one of his angels. I'm someone that God literally sent to this earth, and he lives in me, and he sent me here to become his heart, and to become his voice, and to speak everything that he once said, and to convict hearts that they may turn to him. And it's just a rare thing to run into anyone who knows God. I've been online for, like I said, 8 or 9 years, and I know 2 people online who are born again, and that's Tracy, and that's Alice. And yeah, that's it. That's all I know who are born again. And I do see some that are seeking him, So, like, if you are seeking Jesus sincerely, and that you're somebody that I've, like, counseled, or you're someone that's written me, or, that Jesus has led me to encourage, I just want to encourage you to continue to seek Jesus and obey him no matter what persecutions come your way. And I promise you, like, it will change your life. God will manifest in your life, and you'll become a new creation if you just cling to him and trust him, and don't get so offended in God when hard things come your way. It's to teach you, to mold you and shape you into his character, and he's doing it for your best interest. He's doing it for your benefit. And when persecution rises, don't scatter like, scared dogs. Stand your ground, stand with God, because he is faithful, and he will get you through every situation. Just hang on, have hope, trust him, and obey him, and God will see you through. I just want to encourage you to trust Jesus, cling to him, because, man, he's got so much he wants to share with you, and he wants to use you in this time, and he's pouring out his spirit. So those of you who are sincerely seeking him, you're blessed. You're blessed just to even hear his voice in the way that you do, and just to go through the tests that you go through and the trials that you do. Because so many have gone through these trials and tests, and they failed, and they just gave up. But you're blessed to keep going. Just want to encourage you to keep going. Trust Jesus. He's the most faithful friend. I'm definitely living proof of this, you guys. I know my God. I know Jesus Christ. We are tight. I know him, and you can trust him. He's gotten me through so many hard trials. He's a beautiful God. He's so beautiful and tender-hearted. And he's amazing, amazing. He has saved my life and my soul. Yeah, I just want to see more people come to him. Just wanted to share that. God bless.